And so this afternoon we are doing a tour of Moscow via the metro, and we've got a tour guide to show us around.
I mentioned to you that we have trains every 2 minutes, and it is amazing, but it has one downside. It is loud.
The Moscow metro is the busiest metro network in Europe. It's got 14 lines and it carries 8 million passengers a day. There are over 200 stations in the network, and they're all decorated somewhat differently to reflect the history of Russia or certain aspects of the culture. One that we're in now is called the Gateway to Moscow, and it's extremely opulent. It looks like the inside of a palace, and it's made to impress people on their first visit to Moscow. The Moscow metro was opened in 1935, and a lot of time and effort and money was spent on the stations because they wanted to create the underground palaces, or put another way, the palaces for the poor. One of the tips for figuring out which way to take a line is that the announcements on the train are done by a woman if you're heading out of the city, and they're done by a man if you're heading into the centre of the city. This was done many years ago for the blind people that use the metro system. Many of the bronze statues in the Revolution Square station are said to be lucky, and you can see where they've been rubbed by millions of passengers. During the Second World War, the underground stations were used as bomb shelters, but also a de facto city was built within the underground with shops, hospitals, libraries, so everyday life could go on. Just incredible.